outlet for my emotions and my ideas.
Before she became a filmmaker, Weber left evangelizing to tour the country as a concert pianist, until one night a key broke and shattered her nerve. She then left the concert stage for the theater stage, and eventually in 1911 directed her first short film. Historian Shelley Stamp says that early on, Weber advocated for complex roles for women and for serious engagement with social issues.
She made films about the fight to abolish capital punishment, about drug addiction, about urban poverty, about the campaign to legalize contraception.
Weber took up the cause of young women going to work in her 1916 film Shoes, which has been released by Milestone with a new score.
Takes on an issue which many social reformers of the day were interested in. That is the plight of young women who had entered the paid labor force, were working in the retail sphere, either in department stores or five and dime stores, and were woefully underpaid. Many of them were supporting themselves or the primary wage earners in their family, as the heroine of Shoes is.
Forced to support her family by a layabout father, the heroine, Eva, prostitutes herself so she can replace her only pair of shoes, which are literally falling apart. The same year that Weber wrote and directed Shoes, she was entrusted with Universal Pictures' anchor film, The Dumb Girl of Sportage, dumb as in weak. It stars internationally famous Russian ballerina Anna Pavlova in a sweeping historical epic. But Milestone's Dennis Doro says it was not easy to restore the antiquated scraps of surviving film stock.
Universal had a major nitrate farm in the 1940s, and most of their master material went up in flames. About 5 years ago, the Library of Congress decided that they would do it, and they got a 6mm from the New York Public Library, 35mm nitrate material from the British Film Institute, as well as 35mm material they had. These were various different versions from different eras, and it took them 2 years to edit together what is most likely a version that showed in 1916.
Most of those Weber scripts are lost is just one reason she's been written out of film history. Shelley Stamp says that the length of toward Hollywood financing did not respect the notion of women filmmakers, and both the film industry and its audiences turned to entertainment over social commentary. Rose Weber died penniless in 1939. Friends paid for her funeral.
History failed her. She has been honored in a way that does not do service to really extraordinary
Support for NPR comes from this station and from the estate of Joan Beecroft, whose bequest serves as an enduring investment in the future of public radio and seeks to help NPR be the model for high-quality journalism in the 21st century. From the Joyce Foundation, committed to advancing racial equity and economic mobility for the next generation of the Great Lakes region. The Joyce FDN.org. And from the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation at OWJF.org.
Did you know CBE News? Install the WCBE News skill on your
addition to food and water and the basics, they're going to want occasional treats.
And there's one more big concern.
How are we going to deal with climate change? Those are the big challenges.
The future of food, water, energy, and climate change. Big challenges indeed. How will those challenges be met?
There have been two ways that have been suggested, overarching ways that represent, if you like, poles in a continuum, and they've been fighting with each other for decades.
That fight and those two worldviews are the subject of Charles Mann's latest book, which he wound up calling The Wizard and the Prophet. The prophet sounds the alarm and wants us all to cut back. The wizard urges us to charge forward, confident that technology will solve our problems. Surely you've heard these prophets and wizards speaking to us, and usually speaking past each other.
The next generation would be justified in looking back at us and asking, what were you thinking? Couldn't you hear what the scientists were saying? Couldn't you hear what Mother Nature was screaming at you?
The way to have a dramatic message is to say we're all going to die.
The prophet encourages a return to nature,
And we need to replant and save rainforests.
the wizard finds the prophet's suggestions naive.
Well, their argument is so absurd on so many levels that the miracle is that there are people who can say it with a straight face.
The prophet sees grave danger in the immediate future.
We're going to be into tipping points. The Arctic is going to go. We're going to see a sea level rise that will wipe out islands.
The wizard is more optimistic.
I think that if we put our heads together, we will come up with ways to cope. But that's no fun compared to saying we're all going to die next Thursday.
Today on Freakonomics Radio, are you more prophet or wizard?